Rangers lineup. He's watching from the stand. Harry McCoist is out too. He's on the bench. Well, Ian Ferguson returns to central midfield with Mark Walters on the flank, and Peter Houstra is also held back in reserve. And Mark Hateley makes his late debut for Rangers, an England international. He's formerly with Portsmouth, Coventry, AC Milan and Monaco. Very experienced indeed. He cost £500,000, and he started to win over the Rangers fans with those 2 goals in the Skull Cup against East Stirling in midweek. And it's a big day for Andy Rhodes, the goalkeeper signed from Oldham for £100,000. He makes his competitive league debut in place of Ian Westwater. It's an important occasion also for Davy Moyes, the former Celtic defender signed from Shrewsbury Town last week. And manager Ian Munro has also brought in Raymond Sharp at the expense of Stuart Rafferty, who's relegated to the bench. And a familiar figure at Ibrox, Ian McCall, returning after his £100,000 transfer from Bradford City in the closed season. He started his career with Queen's Park before moving via Dunfermline to Rangers for £200,000. And the referee this afternoon, Mr. George Smith from Edinburgh, who was the Scotland representative at the World Cup in Italy. There's no mistaking that special opening day atmosphere with warm, balmy overhead conditions. The pitch in absolutely magnificent condition. And at Dunfermline here to spoil the party if they can. Rangers getting a tremendous welcome with the unfurling of the league flag, but Dunfermline manager Ian Munro is certainly full of determination, and he is expecting a lot from his reorganised side. Here's Jimmy Nicholl, who'll be a key man in defence, former Rangers player of course. The first touch for Andy Rhodes. This is Tom Wilson. Jack with the header, and there's Cosma. And Terry Butcher coming across. Getting some help from John Brown and then from Chris Woods. So Dunfermline settling down early with a 3-man central defence, 4 in midfield, and committing 3 men to attack. Well, that certainly is making a statement to Rangers. There's Trevor Stephen with the early snapshot, causing no problems for Andy Rhodes in the Dunfermline goal. Maurice Johnston forced by the new rules to wear his stockings up to his knees and to wear shin guards. Well, his preferred style is to have these socks at the ankles. There's Moyes. Brown's header. Chris Woods coming out to demand the ball from Richard Gough. Head flick on from Johnston. McCarthy going in. That was anticipated by Hateley. Plenty of experience at the back for Dunfermline. McCarthy joining Moyes and Nicholl. Gough's header. A bit of wrestling there between Ferguson and Farningham. The result is a free kick to Dunfermline. Ian Ferguson battling back to full fitness for Rangers. Lost much of last season through injury and illness. Sharp with a free kick. Moyes attacking the ball. He's free. And a misunderstanding there in defence between Butcher and Spackman. There's an inquest going on there, but Davy Moyes almost had an open, shotted goal there. Came from Sharp's free kick. Butcher and Spackman were both there. Neither cleared the ball. There was Davy Moyes with Butcher making the late challenge. McCall's cross. Moyes getting up well again. McCarthy also putting pressure on Chris Woods. Well, moments of uncertainty there in the Rangers defence. These high balls causing problems. And Terry Butcher certainly talking to his defensive teammates. Boy, he's doing a bit of climbing there on the shoulders of Hateley. Interesting there to note, when that ball was in the air, Hateley was challenging. Johnston was bursting through the middle looking for the little knock-on. Stephen perhaps offering the finesse, Ferguson the power. Stephen again, angling the ball back. Neither Walters nor Johnston could reach it. But a very imaginative ball that from Trevor Stephen. Johnston has taken a knock in the back of the head. There's Sharp playing it forward. Cosma testing Butcher's pace. Woods well out of his area for that. Stevens to Walters. A sharp challenge there from Ray Farningham. Stevens looking for Hateley. Dunfermline have coped very well indeed in the early stages with the menace provided by Hateley and Johnston. Retaining possession all across the pitch. Brown was quickly to the ball there, but here's Tom Wilson. Ferguson intercepts. This is Spackman. Now Trevor Stephen. Hateley through the middle. Brown pushing up on the left to take the pass from Spackman. That's towards Hateley. The opener for Rangers. Just 10 minutes on the clock. And any lingering doubts among the Rangers fans about Mark Hateley quickly dispelled. With John Brown's intrusion on the left that set up the chance. That long cross, Hateley judging it perfectly, and the header leaving Andy Rhodes without a hope. Well, Hateley's third goal in competitive play for Rangers, and just his second match. Well, Mark Hateley had a difficult start to his Ibrox career. It took some time to persuade the home supporters that he should be in the side at the expense of Ali McCoist. But all the noise around the stadium now, celebrating that Hateley goal. Played in by Stephen, short for Johnston. Stephen again. Ian Ferguson to Spackman. Nichols' header. Jack to Farningham, that's for Cosma. Going behind Butcher. Now taking on Brown, he's brought down outside the box. And John Brown's going to be in trouble for that tackle. Superb play from Istvan Cosma, the Hungarian. But there's going to be a serious difficulty here for John Brown, the Rangers defender. Now remember, there was a change in the rules during the close season, which indicated that in the event of a defender preventing an attacker as the last defender from going through for a shot at goal, a red card could be administered. But the referee settles for a yellow one. Cosma getting away there from Butcher. Brown coming across, Cosma knocking the ball past him. Brown sliding in late. Well, Cosma still hasn't recovered. Well, in terms of the new rules, that's something of a let-off for John Brown, although in fairness he did appear to be trying to reach the ball. He just was late with the tackle. The justice perhaps served by the referee exercising his discretion. Cosma with McCall. McCall flights it in. And Brown was very alert indeed, cutting off that ball intended for Rossjack. Ian McCall can't get enough of the ball at the moment. He's taking all the set pieces and all the throws. Very tight marking among the Rangers defenders. But Goff was forced to concede that corner kick. So Dunfermline now have the chance to push players forward. McCarthy on the near post, Moyes at the far corner of the box. Played in by Cosma. Helped on there by Butcher as far as Paul Smith. Ricochet there, it's turned in by McCall, and Dunfermline are back on level terms. A moment to savour for these Dunfermline supporters and for Ian McCall in particular, returning to Ibrox and snatching the goal, which brings Dunfermline back on level terms. Butcher with a head flick on from the corner. Paul Smith now driving this into the area. Rangers unable to get the ball clear, and there was McCall to knock it home from point-blank range. Well, what a moment for Ian McCall. Always looking to prove a point here at Ibrox. Felt he could have made an impression as a first-team regular. Didn't get that opportunity. And now has pulled Dunfermline right back into the match. Not quite what Jack intended, but Johnston returns it to Wilson. Good support play there by Paul Smith for Dunfermline. Using Cosma as a decoy. Tom Wilson's cross. Gary Stevens at full stretch, they're sharp. And a good interception there by Ferguson. Fine play again from Ferguson, releasing Walters on the right. Haitley going to the right flank, Johnston's through the middle. Down goes Walters. And here's a problem for Murray McCarthy, who was involved a few moments ago with that tackle on Haitley, and the referee has decided enough is enough. Well, a fine move it was from Rangers, inspired by excellent work from Ian Ferguson, who worked it out of the box and then laid that on for Mark Walters. And when he attacked Murray McCarthy, that was the result. Stephen with a free kick, away by Wilson. A delightful play from Trevor Stephen, full of confidence. He's leaning back when he let fly with a shot, couldn't keep it down. But thoroughly deserved applause for the Rangers midfield player. Good play from Goff. Using Butcher at the back. Gary Stevens. Ferguson's layoff finds Stephen. Haitley returns the ball to Goff, and he extra man in attack. He has Spackman on the outside. Good far post cross for Haitley. Superb play from Rangers. Haitley is just off target, but it was the intrusion into the attack by Richard Goff which made this possible. Playing him all wide here for Spackman, a delightful cross to the far post. The angle just too narrow for Haitley. So now into time, added on for stoppages, and what has been a very keenly fought first half, with Dunfermline certainly acquitting themselves very well indeed and coming back from that early setback very well. McCall back to Nicol. Cosma's on the right. He was the target there for Nicol, but Spackman was in the way. Here's Richard Goff. Now Stephen. Tom Wilson intercepts. Brown has plenty of time to start something for Rangers from the back, using Butcher. Walters has dropped deep on the right to have a run at Sharp. Playing the ball in early this time. Rhodes commanding the 6-yard box. Looks a very confident goalkeeper, and that's the last attack of a very even first half. Rangers having plenty of possession, and they did get off to a wonderful start when that long looping cross from John Brown was headed home against the balance of Andy Rhodes by Mark Haitley. That should have been the launch pad for Rangers, but Dunfermline had other ideas, and they hit back in the 16th minute. The corner kick wasn't cleared. Paul Smith drove the ball back inside, and the former Rangers player Ian McCall turned it in to make the half-time score. Rangers 1, Dunfermline 1. Rangers have been notoriously slow starters in the league in recent seasons, and that early goal from Mark Haitley certainly was a major boost to them, but Dunfermline have looked extremely well organised and determined. And Andy Rhodes did well there to keep that ball in play without conceding a corner kick. He's had a good first half and looks very confident. No chance with Haitley's header. There's Ian Ferguson trying to release Walters on the right. Walters pushing forward. Rangers will undoubtedly want to have Walters driving forward on the flank to support Haitley here, and Johnston in the middle. But for Dunfermline, they must consider that their first half tactics of 3 at the back, 4 in the middle and 3 up front were effective. Didn't give too many clear-cut chances to Rangers. They certainly enjoyed more possession. Here's Ian McCall now taking on the Rangers defence single-handed. There's a McCall again. A look of sheer disappointment on the face of Ian McCall, but what superb play that was from the former Rangers man. Going away there from Butcher, going right through the gap. As the ball broke to him, he scooped it up with the left foot, but Woods was in just the right place for Rangers. There goes Walters with a shooting chance. Well, Walters found lots of space there, and Mo Johnston, I can tell you, was not at all pleased with Walters there. He was calling for a pass into the middle. Walters trying the long-range effort. The header by Goff. Haitley trying to turn away from Moyes. McCarthy sent tumbling there by Walters, but the referee saw nothing wrong with that. It was the handball by McCarthy where he fell, which resulted in this free kick to Rangers. There's Stephen, Johnston, Walters, good running by Haitley. Now Spackman, well struck by Spackman. Rhodes made that look easy because of his excellent positioning. He looks like a good goalkeeper, Andy Rhodes. Haitley did well, setting this up for Spackman, who drove inside, let fly with a lot of power, and Rhodes goes across. He looks like £100,000 well spent. Stevens, easily cut off by Farningham. Cosma goes through the middle. There's McCall coming from the left. Tempted Goff into the tackle. Good play by McCall. And Trevor Stephen doing well. He slowed down McCall's progress, allowing Rangers to regroup in defence. Turned out by Stephen. And Trevor Stephen doing a very important job there in defence for Rangers after McCall got past Goff. Here's Raymond Sharp with the throw. Cole failed to control that. Headed down by Moyes, straight to Goff, who was sprinting out of defence to follow that Rangers clearance. Here's John Brown doing the same on the left. Ferguson reacts to a call from Trevor Stephen. Here's Johnston. Now Goff. Walters. Great save by Rhodes. Andy Rhodes showing his value once again to Dunfermline. This was great play from Rangers. Richard Goff's intrusion again, creating the extra man, and Walters whipping that shot in. Rhodes at full stretch. Stevens in swinger, there's Rhodes again. Well, there's all the makings of a real personality in the Scottish game, Andy Rhodes, the former Oldham goalkeeper. And if he can make a mark as effectively as the last ex-Oldham keeper to come to Scotland, Andy Gorham, then he will certainly be a huge success. Spackman will take the throw for Rangers. There's Walters. Barco's cross, there's Haitley, and once again it was Davy Moyes who saved the day for Dunfermline. Well, that appeared to be tailor-made for Haitley, and it would have been but for Moyes. A long throw there from Spackman. Look at the control here from Walters as he shakes himself free of McCarthy. The cross beats Andy Rhodes, but once again Haitley couldn't get a clear header because of the attentions of Moyes. Stephen, the long corner, there's Walters. Disappointing end to some promising pressure there from Rangers. Well tackled there by Stevens. Wilson to Cosma. That's beyond Brown for Jack. A fine pass from Cosma. Rafferty through the middle, so is Cosma. Jack delivers, there's Rafferty and Cosma. And their eagerness carrying them into offside positions. The free kick's already been taken by Rangers, and this match really is hotting up in the closing 20 minutes. Here's Walters. Gliding past McCall. Haitley comes to the right. That's his weaker side. He's a natural left-sided player. Now Walters wants to take on Wilson. Great cross for Johnston! The goal, which has been threatened throughout the second half, is delivered by Maurice Johnston. So the striking partnership pays off again for Rangers. It was Haitley who went wide on the right, set this up for Mark Walters, and just look at the way he makes space against Tom Wilson for this superb cross. Johnston at point-blank range, and Rhodes couldn't keep it out. So Johnston getting his second competitive goal this season, and the Rangers fans breathe more easily. But it really was a fine move from Rangers on the right, with Haitley making that run to collect the pass, supported by Mark Walters. Tom Wilson's been deployed to keep Walters quiet, but even he couldn't manage that, as Walters skipped past him to whip that ball across straight to the head of Johnston. Walters again trying to test Tom Wilson, this time going inside, brought down from the rear, and that is a penalty kick. The Walters magic is paying off in full now for Rangers. Once again on the touchline, he has Tom Wilson facing him. He beat him on the outside the last time. This time he takes him on going inside. That late lunging challenge from Wilson appeared to be a very clear foul. It was inside the area, and that's why Rangers have this penalty kick. And Walters himself will take it. He scored 5 out of 6 last season for Rangers on the spot, and this could clinch it for Rangers. The referee has spoken to Andy Rhodes, ensuring there's no breach of the laws on the line. So it's Walters against Rhodes. 3-1 to Rangers. That should clinch it. And fitting that Walters should get his name in his score sheet. And this is a beautifully taken penalty kick, sending Andy Rhodes the wrong way. Well, that certainly is a textbook penalty, and surely now it puts the match beyond Dunfermline. Headed down there by Butcher to Brown. Houstra's in space, McCarthy goes across. Plenty of players waiting in the middle. One of them is McCoist. Touched away there by Haitley from the keeper, but no taker in a blue jersey. There's Spackman. Houstra again with lots of space. Well, that almost caught out Andy Rhodes. An inventive little chip shot that from the Dutchman. Well, you see here as he comes inside, he's shown inside effectively there by Stuart Rafferty. Sees the keeper off his line, tries to beat him at the far top corner and almost makes it. Secure play there again from Butcher. Brown lofting it forward, this time it's Johnston who's offside. Well, Johnston clearly enjoying the match and not taking that decision too badly. Butcher quite deliberately nodding that to the flank for John Brown. So we're now going into any time added on for stoppages. There hasn't been much of that this afternoon, but the Rangers fans savouring what has been a very convincing performance from the champions. Bill Stevens still in possession. Houstra calling for the ball on the far side. Looking to deliver a cross. And it's blocked by Nicol for the corner kick. So a last opportunity, I reckon, for a goal in this match, which has been full of interest and full of entertainment. Dominated, though, in the second half by Rangers. There's Houstra. Brown coming in very fiercely there as Irons heads that out. There goes the final whistle. An excellent performance from Rangers, starting the season with a bang. They found that difficult in recent seasons, but they owed it all in the second half to the magic of Mark Walters on the flank. He was the player who eventually tore Dunfermline apart, and in the end, Rangers running out convincing and very assured winners. Dunfermline battling hard, they certainly weren't disgraced, but Rangers good value for the final scoreline. Rangers 3, Dunfermline 1.
Trevor, you're making a habit of those Man of the Match awards. How many is that this season?
That's 3 out of 4 appearances so far, but the pleasing thing is that we're doing quite well. You know, I mean, we had 2 rather unfortunate results in pre-season, but we've started to get it right just when it matters, so we're quite pleased.
It was a very good team performance, as you say, right through the side. There really wasn't a weakness today, and that's very pleasing, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Mark Haitley gave us a gret start today, and we're disappointed to go into half-time, having conceded the goal which brought them back into the game. But into the second half, we applied the pressure and got, I think, just rewards, really.
It was the kind of game, I suppose, that you're going to have to get used to, because most sides will play it the way Dunfermline played it today and make it hard for you.
Yeah, teams try to kill the game here, because obviously they know we're going to obviously put a lot of pressure on them. They try to take the sting out of the game, and it's up to us to try and force it. And as long as we can, force results like we did today, then we'll be quite happy. From
your own point of view, you didn't get very much of a break, obviously, because of the World Cup, and in some ways that can almost be a good thing, though, can't it?
Yeah, certainly I was pleased to go to the World Cup, and I got 4 weeks off, which was quite enough, and the coaching staff have just eased us through up until these recent games, and we're all feeling quite fine and fit, so we're looking forward to the season.
Trevor, thanks a lot.
Graham, after that good start, is there a sense of relief?
Yeah, of course, Joe, because last year we ended up with egg in our face. We'd won the championship the year before, the flag had been unfurled, and we went out, although played quite well against St Mirren, lost the goalkeeper and lost the goal and lost the game. So today, to get 2 points is the best start we've made to the season for a long, long time.
You got that very early goal too from Mark Haitley. Did that make you feel at that point things were going to be all right until the equaliser?
Yeah, it was a good goal. I thought we took 15, 20 minutes to settle down, and then we got the goal, and they possibly equalised too quickly for us. But we got it back. We continued to play and knock it about, and the second half I thought we just stepped it up a gear, whether it was us stepping up a gear or the amount of possession we had against Dunfermline that began to take its toll, and then some magic from Mark Walters turned the game within a minute or so.
Now, apart from Mark Walters, what aspect of the game pleased you most?
It's very easy, Jock, to turn on and pick special players. I'm always reluctant to do so, because I feel that if we are going to achieve anything, it'll be done with a team. If we have done anything this time or next May, then it'll have been done with a team and not by one individual. But I think today it's worth mentioning the quality of play, not just today, but the quality he's shown in his time here, Trevor Stephen. I feel right now maybe he's, if there's a better player in Britain, then if I had a hat I would certainly eat it.
Now you've moved them around too. You've moved them around in today's match positionally. Does that reflect also just his versatility and his quality?
Yeah, Trevor's quality is that he's an athlete. Trevor's quality is that he's got great touch and control, and that he's got a great appetite for the game, a great professional, and that he can be a forward type midfield player, and he can also be a defensive type, and someone who can score goals, plays lovely balls into the box. We're very fortunate at this club to have him. I hope the supporters appreciate that. But again, it's wrong for me to pick out an individual. We had some other excellent performers today.
Well, one of them, of course, who must have pleased you, I would imagine, was Mark Haitley, just after the rough ride he's had from the fans in the pre-season matches.
It's been a touch unfair, because Mark's had 6 years out of the country playing in a totally different type of football to the stuff we have to do, or we're involved in here in Scotland. He had a couple of bad injuries last year as well, so he had nearly a year out with that, and he's coming back, and it's going to take time. I feel Mark done very, very well today. It was a good goal he got, but apart from that, his general play was very, very good. And I feel that he's only going to get better, because you have to understand we are asking the other 10 players to play slightly different when he's on the park. So we're happy with today, but we've still got a bit of work to do. And overall, we got 2 points today, Jock, and that at the end of the day was what we set out for.
And you obviously get a lot of strength in the pool now with the signing of Terry Hurlock.
It allows us to make several changes. Terry, I felt, would have been better watching it today and seeing what it's all about. But he will be involved at some stage on Tuesday.
Satisfied generally? Are you still thinking about more players?
I'm delighted. No, I think any manager's always thinking to improve, but I've got to be happy with today. It was a good team performance, and good individual performances, and good goals, and most importantly, we got 2 points.